Hi everyone, welcome back to Pop or Flop. Today we're checking out the AI doc, or How I Became an Apocaloptimist, Forbidden Fruits, and They Will Kill You. Okay, the first film you can check out is the AI doc, or How I Became an Apocaloptimist. I can't believe this is a real movie. Very strange. PG-13, 1 hour and 43 minutes. Let's check out the trailer and see what it is about.
If this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong.
What the? Your fear of AI is the collapse of humanity.
Well, not the collapse, the abrupt extermination. There's a difference.
So I started making this movie because my wife is 6 months pregnant. Is now a terrible time to have a kid.
I mean, I'll just be honest. I know people who work on AI risk who don't expect their children to make it to high school.
What the? How does AI understand pretty much everything?
It's surprisingly straightforward.
Intelligence is about recognizing patterns.
Patterns.
If you have learned those patterns, you can generate new information. AI is moving so fast.
It's being deployed prematurely. There's so much potential for things to go wrong.
Why can't we just stop?
All these companies are in a race
To get
AI.
that's vastly more intelligent than people within this decade.
China, North Korea, Russia.
Whoever wins is essentially the controller of humankind.
We need to take a threat from AI as seriously as global nuclear war.
It feels like I have to find these CEOs and get them in the movie.
Great.
I want to ask you to promise me that this is going to go well.
That is impossible.
Okay. Am I hopeful? Yes. Am I confident that it'll go right? Absolutely not.
AI is the thing that can solve climate change.
We could cure most diseases.
What if it's expanding what is humanly possible?
This is the most extraordinary time ever. The only time more exciting than today is tomorrow.
I already love you.
Okay.
I think if this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong.
Using AI, we're about to move off of the Earth into the cosmos.
If we can be the most mature version of ourselves, there might be a way through this.
This is the last mistake we'll ever get to make.
Okay, well, I mean, it's relevant, so, is Elon Musk gonna show up? I guess I agree with most of this stuff. I mean, this AI change is not like the horse and buggy to car change, and then the person still has a job. They train you to work on the new engine now. You know what I mean? This is a completely, oh, we don't need you anymore. We're not going to train you to use the AI. We're going to replace you with the AI. And then what? How do people have money? How do people work and get money if you can't work? It's, I don't know if anyone's thinking about this. And like the guy said in the thing, yeah, why don't we just stop? What if we did half? What if we just do, you can't use AI for anything else other than assistance. That's it. You just use it to give you ideas. You can't use it to do anything else, right? Because this is the biggest change to all of this stuff. So possibly this is relevant. I'm surprised that it's here. An hour and 43 minutes is not a bad runtime. Are they going to get Elon Musk? It said XAI, whatever, in the logo, right? Amongst OpenAI and whatever else, ChatGPT. So, and I didn't see Elon Musk there. So everybody else, kind of. I didn't see Stephen Huang or whatever that guy is, the NVIDIA guy. I didn't see him. So maybe they're in it and they're saving it, those ones, because I don't know. I'm just learning about Sam Altman. He's kind of strange. I don't think he's as out there as Elon Musk. We all know Elon Musk like we're friends with him, you know? Like we've seen him speak and tweet and post and X and all this stuff, right? Like, he's really out there. You've seen more interviews with him than Sam Altman. I don't know much about him. I know they were partners. They sold OpenAI, whatever. You know, they have a little bit of a history together, but I wonder if he's going to be in this. I guess it's not a bad documentary. It looks interesting. So let's see. It's a documentary. A father-to-be tries to figure out what is happening with all this AI insanity. So is this produced by Sam Altman? Because there's this thing that he's using. The guy's gay, apparently, and he's using ChatGPT to raise his kid. And it's like, I don't know. What do you think about that? But this is directed by Daniel Rohr. Not familiar with his style. Director, producer, writer. Once were brothers, Navalny and Turner. So let's see. So I Became An Apocaloptimist, Turner, Blink, Navalny, once were brothers. Well, they're kind of high rating. 7 stars, not bad. And Positano. So, okay, cool. 8.2 stars for that one. And then Charlie Tyrell also directed it. So, what else has he done? Huh? Not bad also. A lot of shorts, mostly shorts. There's some high ratings. Cool. And then, is this Sam Altman? Like, an actor? He's getting an acting credit. So, wow, he's in a really low-rated TV series. What? Look, a Bear Report, whatever. Upcoming. Kara Swisher Wants to Live Forever. And Thanks. So, so he just plays himself. Yeah, because it's an interview. That's kind of funny. He actually was, wow, these are really low-rated. Oh, Lex Friedman. He gets these are recent. So, guest, TV series. Oh, so this is like more interview-ish stuff then. Yeah. Interesting. TV series, though. That's a real show. And upcoming is that. Previous one, Elon Musk, the richest man on Earth. Huh. That's funny. Well, yeah. Let's see what else there is here. Sam Altman. He's the Who else do you think is going to be here then? He's that one guy. Ginter expert. Let's see. Is he Elon Musk? That guy has the most. He would have like the most relevant thing to say. You know what I mean? Well, I don't see him in here at all. He's probably in it though. One review. We could check that out. 7.6 stars so far. I think because there's so many people who are against this AI. I don't know what percentage it is. You know what I mean? Not all the jobs will be replaced. But you're going to have to like give up on this job and go over there. If you're a filmmaker, you're going to have to be like, well, everybody can make their own film. Why are they going to buy my film? Now I have to go work. I have to learn how to repair robots. Unless they're going to use robots to repair robots, then what do we do? You know what I mean? The robots will hire us and we're going to work for the robots, you know? And it's funny because they're like, why are we doing this, right? Like, oh, if it goes bad, it can go terribly wrong and all this stuff. Yet we're still doing it. We're still, if this AI can go very wrong, whatever. We're going to do it anyway because capitalism. Okay. Maybe there should be like a limit. Like, hey, this is a very gigantic change to the world. Let's think about this one. This says 9 out of 10, a successful documentary, perhaps one of the last ones. They're going to be able to render it through AI soon. Make me a documentary about the positives and negatives of AI and sort it into a movie that's an hour and 43 minutes long and put a big climax twist thing in it, whatever, sprinkled with random interviews and stock footage and a credit roll at the end. That's it. You got your whole movie. It looked like the graphics in this movie were definitely rendered with AI. This says, this movie or documentary, whatever you prefer to call it, is a clear illustration of how AI is changing so quickly. It doesn't dive too deep into the technical details, but it should. But that makes it accessible to a wider audience. Well, they dumbed it down like Project Hail Mary, I guess. Overall, it's a well-made documentary that explores all aspects of our shared future in the AI era. This was even rewritten using AI. There you go. And it's probably not even a real person for this. I don't know. This could go very wrong. Let's do it anyways. Yeah, that's awesome. PG-13 for language. Let's see if there's any financial details. None at all. So I'm going to say this movie's going to have, well, I feel like it should have had more reviews right now today, right? We can go and check out the Rotten Tomatoes stuff really quick just to compare, because I feel like IMDb, I feel like it should have more reviews at this point. 84% from the critics. Let's see, critics. Randy Myers from San Jose Mercury News gave it 3.5 tomatoes out of 4, saying, as the AI doc effectively indicates, if we don't hurry up and do something about it, self-evolving AGI might well figure that out before any of us do. Then it might be too late. Christy Puchko from Mashable gave it a tomato, saying the AI doc, or How I Became an Apocaloptimist, is a panic attack in a good way. Brian Tellerico, maybe the related to the Texas guy, Tellerico, who just got elected, or I think he won. 3 out of 4 tomatoes, saying that it seeks to raise awareness and spark conversation more than to draw conclusions. It's just giving you the facts without saying you should hate it too, which is nice. Chris Knight from the original Sin gave it a tomato, A-, saying Daniel Rohr, I guess, Navalny and Turner, takes on the promise and peril of artificial intelligence. It can't cover all the ground in 104 minutes or give a final answer because there isn't one. But it's a grand primer. It can't cover all the ground in 104 minutes. Why? Did they have to keep it at that time? It's not a Project Hail Mary book adaptation situation. They didn't have to cut things out, omit things. They could have just left. They could have added. I would have added things, I guess. I don't know. All right, well, that's all of those. I feel like since there's really no budget info, I don't know how I feel about this. Perhaps, I don't know how a documentary works. I hope it's 20 million. So, I don't know. I say, okay, so I say the AI doc, since there's no budget, I'm assuming it's low. If it's low, I'm going to say that it will, I think it's going to make 40 million opening day tomorrow by Monday. And I don't know what to say. I feel like if the budget's low, it'll pop. But I feel like the budget's high. I don't know. I don't know who gets paid for a documentary. Do they all get paid? Does Sam Altman charge $30,000? I mean, that's like the whole budget right there. You know what I mean? So perhaps maybe it's his project. Let me see if there's any trivia for this. Was there trivia? Let's see. No, not really. No trivia. A father tries to figure out what is happening with all his insanity. So this guy himself. So I say this AI doc, if the budget's low, it's going to pop with 40. If it's high, it's going to flop with 40. Either way, I think it's going to make $40 million. And I don't know about the top 5. I feel like this could definitely be in the top 10 because it's kind of relevant. The subject is relevant, but a documentary might not be a blockbuster. So I might be a little high on my guess, but I say 40 million, and I say 40 million. I say it's going to flop with 40 million or less maybe, and in the top 10. Okay, the second film is Forbidden Fruits, rated R. So that's interesting. Then an hour 43 minutes as well. That is hilarious. I guess it looks like all the movies are starting to be a little shorter. or at least most of the studios have realized, hey, in order to compete, we need to tighten the movies down a little bit, you know, not too rushed feeling, but not 2.5 hours, but more manageable, I guess. But I don't know, but then some people like, you know, Project Hail Mary, they'll do 2 hours and 40 minutes. So when it's necessary, but I'm really seeing most of the films are sticking to 2 hours or less. But at like 1 hour and 40 minutes, an hour and 45 is a good amount. 143 is good. 140. So anyways, let's check out this trailer.
You know, when I was a sales girl, not yet a saleswoman, I had a knack for making something out of nothing.
Head down, hoops on, bottoms up, pop the drum.
Thank you. Oh my God, it's the Three Eden girls. They're like mall royalty.
Said I wouldn't dare cross over, watch me take this whole over.
Do I know you?
I don't think so. I just got here last week.
What are you up to tonight?
Well, I was gonna go home and...
Like, what do you want to be up to tonight? Let's begin the induction.
Goat's milk, thigh gaps, rose petals, bone caps, truffle oil, bitch slap, blood clots, juice press.
Being a witch is being a sister, and we must protect our sisterhood by any means necessary. Rip out the weeds.
Like, please don't tell Apple about this.
Throw out the snakes.
Apple will not understand.
Do you think Pumpkin is Apple's mini-me?
Is someone wearing the
Mojave body mist?
Yeah.
I'm wearing it. We can't let history repeat itself.
Are we still best friends?
You know I don't believe in hierarchy in female relationships.
Can't you see that she is poison? You've been spying on me. Are you high?
I don't know you!
It's all falling apart.
Where were you guys?
I know yesterday was whack, but it's really not my fault because I Googled it and Mercury was in retrograde. So there you go.
Wow, well, that's kind of cool. I kind of liked some of those parts. What's her name? Lola. The girl is in it from the Summer I Turned Pretty, which I watched. That's interesting. All right. Wow. Cool. Well, this looks kind of entertaining. An hour and 43 minutes. That looked like a lot of stuff is happening. Hopefully, it's like the pacing is good. Wow, that's kind of cool. So is it witches or like actual magic? I didn't see any magic. Are they actual witches or are they pretending to be witches? Kind of cool. Wow. I kind of like that, I guess. Too bad it's rated R. Maybe it needs to be rated R so it can have freedom, but it's 7 stars so far, so maybe it doesn't need the younger audience. Or you know what I mean? Like this seems like a teen girl film, right? Like a girl and her friends would go see this, you know, and for girls, basically. So, but maybe it doesn't need to do that. Maybe they have enough of an adult girl audience that they said, hey, it's okay. Let's just do rated R and leave all of it in. So dark comedy, satire, witch horror, comedy horror. That seems really kind of cool. At a mall store, Apple leads a secret witch cult with co-workers Cherry and Fig. New hire Pumpkin questions their sisterhood, forcing them to confront inner darkness or meet violent ends. So So magic must be a thing there, and then they cast a spell or something like that. 7 stars so far. That's a good sign. Directed by Meredith Alloway. Let's see who she is. It looks kind of good. I don't know. I hope it does well. Hopefully the budget is low. Writer, director, actress. That's cool. Forbidden Fruits. Deep Tissue, 5.8. So she is a writer. Kinda low, kinda low, kinda low. If this... So short. And they gave her a full-length feature film. 6.4 on here, though. That's weird. Well, hopefully she does good. Is she in it? No, she's not in it. And then she previously did Paris. So, a music video, some shorts, and a TV series that has a good rating. Huh. Well, that's cool. So directed by her. So she did the screenplay, but so Lily Houghton is the main writer. Let's see, upcoming The Body, 8 episodes, and she does a TV series? Wow. She's done a podcast series. Wait, 1 episode? 1 episode? 6 years ago? And off that 1 episode, no, so she wrote for 1 episode. There must have been an interview. Or she was on the writing team. I don't know. It's a podcast, though. And so she was on, so the show has 7.6 stars. So she probably got interviewed, most likely. And then she gets, based on the stage play of The Woman came the beginning of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her something. Well, check that out. Hopefully it's in the trivia what it's based off of. Or if there's comments, somebody probably said that. So, based off the stage play. So was it a book first, and then the stage play, and adapted from the stage to a movie? Well, that's good. That's good because if the stage play it could be used as a storyboard to write this. So this should have a high chance of doing well. If this girl is like a fan of this and she's really studied it and she knows what makes it special, that is able to be transferred from a stage play to the screen, then this should do really well, I think. Has a high chance for sure. Yeah, so interesting. So she directed it, wrote the screenplay, and this lady wrote it. And cool. I feel like this has a good chance. That's kind of I'm looking forward to this one, I guess. Lily Reinhart plays Apple. Jordan Duarte, Texas Dad. So Cherry Fig, Fries Boy. Lola Tongue, Pumpkin. That's cool. That's good that she gets into a movie now. That's hilarious. Let's see. 3 reviews so far with a 6.4. It says 7 over there. I don't know what to believe. So maybe it's not amazing, but we'll see. Wow. Well, 10 out of 10, Forbidden Fruits. A fun and surprising film that only the most perceptive viewers manage to appreciate, with breathtaking plot twists. Men will surely hate it and criticize it, but women will make this film an unforgettable classic. As for the entire cast, they are great, but Lily Reinhart proves once again to be one of the best actresses of her generation. Same thing with The Bride. It's too women-y, though. If it's about women, that's different. But when it's about women and making men bad and evil, that's a whole new area, you know? This seems like a fake review. I don't think anybody would ever describe plot twist as breathtaking. With breathtaking plot twists, if that was true, the rating would be like 7.8. You know? If this is everybody says this, wow, these plot twists are crazy. If every review said that, okay. But I don't think anybody's ever described plot twists as breathtaking. That's weird. The next one is 1 out of 10. Boring. Boring. The story is just nonsense, and there are no thriller moments or action moments or anything that help cut through the privileged teen drama that is over the top, disconnected from all aspects of reality. The acting is weak as can be, and to be honest, it's hard to even keep up with what is supposed to be happening most of the time because it drags forward with petty banter. I definitely don't recommend. Well, the last one before the title card, that was funny because how she's delivering the lines, I don't know, it made me laugh. But if it's like that, like pointless banter where it's just like a motor mouth for no reason, like, I don't know, like Woody Allen is a good example, but he's just clever. But when a character just constantly says stuff, but it's clever. So hopefully that's not what this is. Petty banter. It looked, I don't know. That's interesting. That's probably a true one, though. And then 6 out of 10, an uneven pastiche elevated by Reinhardt and Pedretti. Forbidden Fruits focuses on a group of young women, all aptly named after fruits, who work at a boutique in a Dallas shopping mall. Sales girls by day, they also function as a coven of low-key sorcery at night. So you think there's magic in it? Like, you know, like full-on graphics? The induction of a fourth member, Pumpkin, to complete their circle shakes up the group with bloody results. Adapted from a stage play by Lily Houghton or Houghton, this dark comedy is something of a cross between obvious Touchstone references, Heathers, The Craft, Clueless, Jawbreaker, and Mean Girls. Clueless is awesome, though. With some light touches of the witchcraft horror of the 70s and 80s, namely television films such as The Initiation of Sarah and Midnight Offerings. The setup here is perfunctory and standard. Pumpkin, an employee at the unfashionable pretzel shop, manages to seemingly stumble into the ranks of the mall's elite clique, led by the icy and secretive Apple, who treats her co-workers and co-coven members Cherry and Fig as minions, controlling numerous aspects of their lives. Pumpkin immediately takes note of these strange dynamics, which play out in a fairly routine fashion, though there are a handful of plot points that drum up a decent amount of intrigue. The film almost feels as though it exists in an alternate reality, which is likely intentional. That's good. And if they do that, it gives you a better premise for things, I think, rather than being set in reality. That being said, though the concept is promising, I don't feel the film fully lives up to its potential. The screenplay feels unfocused with plot threads and themes that never completely gel. The coven's overall motives are never fully elucidated, and even the members themselves, save perhaps Apple, seem to be doing without thinking. Some backstory is shoehorned in to give the characters a bit of dimension, but it mostly feels disconnected from their actions. The supernatural element also feels very much out of reach and oblique. Clunky pacing further detracts from the film, though the occasional dark humor serves as a decent distraction. The gore that really pushes the film to the realm of horror arrives in quick succession in the finale. And these moments are, fortunately, both effectively grotesque and funny. Visually, the film is generally rather tepid looking, which may or may not be partly due to the corporate shopping mall environment in which it is set. Even still, the cinematography feels mostly flat. The performances overall are serviceable, though Victoria Pedretti steals the show as Cherry, the most likable and fully realized member. Her effervescent line delivery and body language throughout serves up the majority of the film's humor, and she excels in both regards. Reinhardt is also effectively distant and offers a cold, calculated persona that is a mixture of teen screen villains Regina George and Courtney Shane. This is a very intricate review. And I think it's important to note that some potential viewers may, based on its marketing, look at this film on the surface of as a Gen Z anti-man girl power horror flick. But it's really not that at all. If it's not like The Bride, which was completely in the other way, then this has a chance. It's actually fairly straightforward, albeit at times rambling, look at female interpersonal dynamics and manipulation. It's a story about girl-on-girl crime, if you will, both literally and figuratively. Overall, Forbidden Fruits offers a handful of humorous moments and some sufficiently blood-splattered spectacles, but narratively and thematically speaking, it never quite generates enough heat to elevate it above prestige. That being said, Reinhardt and especially Pedretti, who is truly hilarious here, buoy the film's biting humor and cruelty enough to make it worth giving a chance. 6 out of 10. So maybe it's not crap, but it's not amazing. Which is, I guess, in the middle is entertaining, right? So hopefully it's not too in that direction, I guess. So no financial stuff for this film. We can check out a couple Rotten Tomatoes reviews. 77% from the critics. Kind of interesting. Ross McIndo from Slant Magazine gave it 3 out of 4 tomatoes, saying the film is a witchy mall comedy that mostly keeps you under its spell. Monica Castillo from Little White Lies gave it 1 tomato, saying while the mystery is fun to piece together and add its share of scares, the real treat of Forbidden Fruits is rooted in how easy it is to poison our need for friendship. Huh. So that could be a theme for the movie. Friendship, I guess. Christy Puchko from Mashable gave it a splat, saying Forbidden Fruits is a chaotic and superficial in its influences. Leslie Combele from awfj.org gave it 3. 3 and a 1.5 and a 5th. What? 3? I don't know what that. Whatever. She gave it that rating. Imagine a decidedly adult comedy horror feature that is equal parts Mean Girls, Heathers, and The Craft, and you'll have a pretty good sense of what's in store for audiences when they sit down to watch this. Okay, cool then. So, yeah, Mike McGranahan from Isle Seat gave it 3 out of 4 tomatoes, saying quite likely to become an enduring cult favorite, just like The Craft. So maybe The Craft is a better attempt at what this is trying to be. Megan Laux from Geek Vibes Nation gave it 8 out of 10 tomatoes. Forbidden Fruits captures what a teenage me envisioned mall employment was like. Food court flings and backroom witchcraft. It's the Mean Girls for a new generation. Okay. So it happens, it takes place in the mall for the most part. That's interesting. Well, then, there's no financial information for this film. So I think that this Forbidden Fruits, it has mixed reviews. It looks entertaining though, but I feel like, I don't know, the word of mouth is going to get out and say it's bad. So I feel like it's going to flop with, I'm going to say 20 million, but it could be in the top 10. I don't know about the top 5. I do have a feeling that it's gonna be really bad, but we'll see. So I think Forbidden Fruits will flop with 20 million and will be in the top 10. Okay, and the last film is They Will Kill You. A lot of murder movies lately. Not a lot of murder. Rated R, 1 hour and 34 minutes. Even shorter than the last 2. Well, this one, I don't know. They're getting shorter. If I had a 4th film, it would have been like 1 hour and a half. Wow. The last 2 are the same length. This one is shorter. So rated R, They Will Kill You. Interesting. So, this is that Zazie Beetz, right? All right, anyway, let's check out this trailer.
The Virgil was built in 1923. Today, it's one of the most exclusive buildings in Manhattan.
Hi, I'm the new maid.
With such wealth comes the expectation of the highest quality of service.
It's a lot of lux.
This building is a temple to Satan. Each month we must pay with a human sacrifice. Tonight, you are the offering.
Gotcha.
There has to be a way out of here.
The building was designed to be a death trap.
Our offering is on the loose. Be on the lookout. I just dropped her picture in the group chat.
Fuck you.
No, fuck you.
No, bitch. Fuck you.
Fuck you!
I don't know what is going on in here. But Ray, I am in a forgiving mood. Who the fuck are you?
Where did you learn how to fight like that?
Prison.
Holy crap. What in the world? It looks like they're showing too much. Gee, that's almost 3-minute trailer. Maybe they shouldn't have shown so much. They should have done the fade in, fade out thing and not show the final kill. I guess it was good because it looks that looks so very elaborate. Looks like the fun with the kills from John Wick mixed with a premise. Like just a premise. She goes somewhere and they try to kill her. Oh, let's read the plot. It's a dark comedy, one-person army action, psychological horror, splatter horror, action, comedy, horror. A woman takes a job as a housekeeper in a New York City high-rise, unaware of the building's history of disappearances. She soon realizes the community is shrouded in mystery. Okay, it's a simple premise for, it looks like sequences and stunts, pretty elaborate kills and things. So, why did it say Andy Muschietti? What does he have to do with it? I swear it just said Andy Muschietti. Oh, from producer Andy Muschietti, the director of It. And he has nothing to do with... Why? What? I'm confused. That's weird. Looks like it gets right to it. Hopefully the pacing is good for 1 hour and 34 minutes. I don't think you can really go wrong rather than noticing like, hey, this part's kind of slow. Let's add in another angle or something. Let's see. The director is Kirill Sokolov. Interesting. Not familiar with this person. Russian writer. Director. Let's see. They will kill you. No looking back. Why don't you just die? The flame. The outcome could be worse. A lot of murder, I guess. Sisyphus is happy. Short. And she has 3 films under her belt, on her resume. And they got a little bit less as they went along. What has she written? They will kill you, no looking back. Well, she wrote all of it too. Wow. Well, impressive. Kind of not the best ratings. Let's see. And then, so this person wrote it and directed it. And then this person really wrote it, Alex Litvak. Litvak? Let's see. Oh, Predators in 2010. Wow, 6.4. Is that the one with They Fall Out of the Sky? I thought that was kind of a good one. The Three Musketeers in 2011? Is that with Logan Lerman? Remember when he did that? Let's see. This person has written They Will Kill You, Secret Society of Second Born Royals. 5.1. The Three Musketeers. Well, the ratings all over the place. 6-star average, I guess. The Hunting Party. And upcoming is Masters of the Universe. Isn't that the He-Man? Five Against a Bullet. Wow, I like that title. Masters of the Universe. Story by. Really? Okay. And then, yeah, cool. Well, interesting. Zazie Beetz, Patricia Arquette, Heather Graham. I didn't notice her. Tom Felton, that's hilarious. Who else? Amanda Rivera. I don't know anyone else. I'm familiar with them. Let's see. Reviews, 30 reviews so far. Uh-oh. Doesn't look good. 10 out of 10, nonstop action and nonstop violence. That's what it looks like. I just finished watching it with an epic gory action hero horror film with nonstop action and nonstop violence. Zazie Beetz steals a show as the avenging angel in this hellish total bloodbath instant classic from the mind of Kirill Sokolov. Instant classic. I also love both Patricia Arquette and Heather Graham. It's like watching a film from Quentin Tarantino and Sam Raimi. Huh. Okay. Maybe they should have made up a fake quote saying, "This film is like watching Tarantino and Sam Raimi." You'd think this was directed by you think this was written and directed by Quentin Tarantino and Sam Raimi. And then you find out it's not. That should be a quote that they put in the trailer. Maybe that would have helped. Like as an explanation of like, oh, like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was not an amazing movie, but Sam Raimi's Thing was really cool. That horror edge. That was really nice. You got to see it. You really felt it. So if, that could have been a good way to market this film, is to say it's, maybe even get these two to give a quote, and comment on the film to help it out. Next one is 4 out of 10, boring and disappointing. A classic hodgepodge of horror tropes from a Russian director hoping to break into Hollywood by completely copying what he believes mainstream audience will appreciate. Oh, okay. Well, he's got the runtime down. If this was 2.5 hours, this would be really bad. It says poorly written and acted. It has some good direction and action, which could pave the way for Sokolov's future as a skilled craftsman, if only he had some decent scripts, or as a deep cover agent of Putin. Oh, Jesus. Right now, it's just like poor copy of The People Under the Stairs, Wes Craven's classic that set a standard in the horror genre, rarely equaled but more than often maligned by vulgar Blumhouse Productions. A waste of time in short. Andy Muschietti was part of The Flash. Did The Flash, that didn't turn out well, alongside James Gunn's unnecessary exaggerating of how good it is. Luckily, I don't get why this Muschietti is even named. He doesn't have any credit for it. This one says 6 out of 10. Practical effects, horror, comedy, action, bloody fun. Think Kill Bill, where the bride kills 99 guys in exaggerated stylized fashion. Now stretch that style for the entire movie. You mean the Crazy 88? I guess, I'm assuming. Not the Crazy 99. The fights and practical effects, this is stylized violence. It all works. Stylized violence, I see. And fantastic fun and funny too. However, the non-action bits are trying hard and not landing. You can see the homages to Evil Dead, Tarantino action flicks, and every Get Out. Get past the 15 minutes until the action kicks in, and you have landed in the right spots. Sadly, I felt that once you have set the same pace and action, you can stay entertained 20 minutes in that, and despite refresh scenarios, it feels like more of the same. 9 out of 10, ready or not, Get Out. Tarantino says, Hateful Eight is The Thing, but in the snow, right? A lot of the movie, he says that he copies movies. He says that. So this seems like this guy really did the same thing. No pun intended. Obviously, something stylish also has other influences. Many cite Tarantino. This is way more violent than anything I've ever seen from Quentin Tarantino. Wow. I guess. I mean, in The Hateful Eight, you don't see at the end when Ruth the Hangman is talking to Channing Tatum's character, and off screen, Sam Jackson's character shoots him and his head blows up. You don't see the... I was thinking that it would have been like a far away shot, but maybe it was too violent, or they couldn't get a realistic looking prop to blow up, and they didn't show that part. And if they did, I mean, that would have been like what they showed in this trailer, a guy being split in half, right? And whatever else we saw. And that looked like a lingering shot, by the way. And it's probably going to be another shot of an angle far away, and you're going to see the body hit the sides. You know what I mean? So, it looked like there's a lot of that. So what it could be is that Tarantino is very violent, right? They don't show in Pulp Fiction when Marcus, right, whatever his name is, Travolta accidentally shoots him in the head and blows up. They don't show that. They could have done a point of view shot from another car and what they saw, or a behind the shot or a side shot and show the guy's head blow up. I don't know why Tarantino didn't do that, because he would have done that. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he does use violence sparingly, rather than just go, you know what I mean? Just pointless, stupid violence. He actually has calculated violence, I think. Let's see. So it says, so you can tell this is not for the faint of heart, for the sensitive souls out there. Apart from being brutal, this also is funny. Well, if your sense of humor is wicked too, not since Sharni Vincent in your next have I seen a female lead being so strong. I personally do like to use the term bad. I am quite certain you can fill out all 3 letters missing and replace them for the dots. Oh, I see. A bad B word. I see. Come on, Jesus, just say it. This was a lot of fun, and it really and literally does not take any prisoners. It starts off strong and it ends strong. What more can one wish for? I'm sure they could wish for a couple more things. 5 out of 10. Ready or Not 2.5. Oh, this could have been the sequel, the third. I'm assuming they're going to make a Ready or Not 3. $5 million budget and $60 million profit gross, and then the same now. This could have been the third Ready or Not film, I guess. When worshiping the devil goes wrong, all you're left with is an ex-con, Asia Reeves, fighting tooth and nail against hundreds of years of satanic traditions, tightly held by the elite of society, in exchange for a life of wealth that everyday moviegoers could only dream of. Sounds a bit familiar. To be completely honest, I don't know if it hurts or helps that this film came out so close to Ready or Not 2. Maybe it was on purpose. Sure, we could argue the differences all day, but in that same breath, we can also point out the similarities and how these two stories truly parallel each other. They Will Kill You is a solid saga of bloodshed that doesn't pull its punches, allowing audience members to experience some hilariously unique but gruesome kills. From beginning to end, this 95-minute battle is wacky in its own way, but remains entertaining, and I believe that's due to the film's self-awareness and the director knowing its target audience. It doesn't take itself too seriously, leaving room for killer antics And it definitely doesn't spoon-feed exposition, offering little to no subtlety. As wild and entertaining as the film can be, the story only moves forward due to the cult's stupidity and incompetence. So a lot of it feels like a just go with it situation. But let's be honest, no one is here for that story, for the story. They want brutality at its best, and the film delivers. It's just a premise, yeah, I guess, for good stunts and sequences. It reminded me of the Raid Redemption, where we have our lead moving through different rooms and floors with danger lurking behind every door in each battle as vicious as the last. Interesting camera tricks absolutely enhanced the violence, though going into the final act, some of it felt repetitive. Good thing it's an hour and a half-ish. While it maintains its comedic pace as it nears its epic conclusion, it kind of loses steam for me personally. It's hard not to compare it to my previous review of Ready or Not 2. It's a bloodbath, but I've seen this format before. Alas, this feels almost like eating the same meal twice. Not terribly original, but still somewhat enjoyable. Well, a lot of people do eat the same meal all the time. So, let's see. 5 out of 10, a spectacle of violence that fails to tell a story. See, that's a thing too. Just give the person it has an arc, something, a drug addiction, and then at the end they beat it, you know? Or she has to be somewhere, which doubles as a ticking time bomb, and a character arc, and then she fixes the character arc, gets over it, and saves the day, and becomes a brand new character. Let's see, 7 out of 10, a stylized bloodbath and narrative cracks. 6 out of 10, stylish chaos without restraint. 4 out of 10, over the top. I'll read that one. What started well went crazy, a little unrealistic, but well acted. But definitely there is a market for such movies. Like I like a good horror movie, but maybe I am too old for this one. But good to see that black actors move to horror also. But would not see it twice. No hate, only love. Peace out. What? That's a weird thing to say. 1 out of 10, over and over sickening bloodbath. Yeah, that's probably true. 4 out of 10, prison teaches you how to be a ninja, and a shotgun blast will hurl someone across a room. Well, that's stylized action, so 5 out of 10, disappointing. 6 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Okay, anyways, we can check out some Rotten Tomatoes reviews. 72% from the critics. I see green splats. Alonso Duralde from the film Verdict gave it a splat, saying dazzled with technique before grinding into monotony. Mark Kennedy of the Associated Press gave it 1.5 out of 4 splats, saying they will kill you may remind you of the marriage between madcap, social satire, and bloody mayhem from Ready or Not, but it's a warning of how hard that combo is to get correct. Huh. Interesting. Linda Merrick from Hey You Guys gave it a 3 out of 5 tomatoes, saying they will kill you is a messy, excessive, and uneven in places, but if you're in the mood for something wild and unpretentious, it delivers exactly what it promises. All right, well, I'm not going to read any more. 7.5 out of 10. It's 3 out of 5, 3.5 out of 5. Okay, well, that's cool, I guess. So, I didn't see anything for the budget. Let's see. Any trivia? Okay. I revealed inspiration behind the film. My wife and I moved to a different city in Russia, and we rented an apartment in a 17-floor huge building with hundreds of apartments. We started to make this running joke that probably this whole building belongs to a cult, and at some point they will just come after us and probably sacrifice us. Wow. And then I watched Rosemary's Baby and realized, oh my God, I was in that building. I was in the same situation. He continues, okay, it wasn't enough to bring the Antichrist into the world, but that's how this movie appeared. Wow. Okay. So then this guy's next film must be at some, I don't know. If he could read this and learn from his mistakes and then make the next film of his really good, and an hour and a half, he could have some really good stuff to compete with to all the other movies. No financial information is available. So yeah, there's no budget. I guess I'm gonna go with, this got a lot of reviews, and the AI doc didn't have many reviews. So maybe this does a little bit better. I'm not sure. No budget. I think it's going to get in the top 10. I think it has a chance. Probably, I feel like it's probably might be past that to the point where they take it out of the theater. It has some reviews, so it's in the theater. I think that it's going to make I think it's going to flop with 15 million. I feel like maybe it's a little low. It could do 20. So I think that They Will Kill You will flop with 15 million as well as being in the top 10. Okay, so my guess is for these films is that the AI doc has no budget. So I think that it's going to flop with 40 million and it will be in the top 10. I could be wrong that there really nobody has an interest in seeing this. So it could drop. It could be really bad. Drop out of the theater. So I say the AI doc will flop with 40 million and be in the top 10. Forbidden Fruits, I think it looks fun. It's short enough that it could get an audience. I feel like it's going to be for women, unless it's maybe some men, unless it's just like The Bride, where it's just hate men for no reason type of a thing. Then it should do okay. But I think Forbidden Fruits will flop with 20 million, but it will probably be in the top 10. And They Will Kill You looks very elaborate, really cool stunts and everything. Hopefully the hour and 34-minute runtime is a positive for the film. It looks like the story is ultimately going to be the thing that's wrong with it. It's kind of like, what's the point of this? You know, good stuff, good job on the set design and the stunts, but where's the story? So I think They Will Kill You will flop with 15 million, 20 million to be generous, and it will be in the top 10. So now we can check out the current box office. Here they are. Project Hail Mary is, I guess, doing okay. 80 million here. So cool. Second is Hoppers, which is still doing well. Pretty cool. Durandar, The Revenge. I didn't cover that. I don't know what that is. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come is still doing well. 9 mil. Well, no, I think it's in the top 5. I'm so surprised. And then Reminders of Him, 33. Scream 7, over its 100 million domestic, finally. Go, Undertone, $500,000 budget, so even in 8th place doesn't matter because it's a very profitable film. Hopefully they give that guy another one and he learns from what this film is, and you know what I mean, and the next one should do really well. 9, The Pout Pout Fish. I am actually impressed that it's here. It wasn't here before. $1 million. It flopped. The trailer didn't help. And then 10 is Wuthering Heights. The Bride is still there. Criminal 1. Avatar. They are trying. 94 weeks it's been there. Wait. 94 days. Oh, I was like, holy. I thought it was weeks before. Or somewhere it said weeks. What else? Cool. Well, then I actually watched How to Make a Killing yesterday. That movie... that ain't it. How to Make a Flopping. It did make a killing at the box office. It's not How to Make a Financial Loss though. So I don't know. That's weird. But I don't know if the AI doc, do you think it's going to have any, I don't know. The AI doc. Maybe I'm wrong about it being in the top 10. Maybe people don't want to see that film. They Will Kill You has to be top 10, I think. People are going to want to check it out at least. And then Forbidden Fruits looks kind of cool and fun. I don't think it's going to be able to knock. I feel like top 5 for Forbidden Fruits. So yeah, those are all the current box office results, and that pretty much wraps up this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Comment down below about what you think these movies are going to do, how they're going to perform, and on Monday we'll check back and see how they turned out.